It is, but before we get to that game, we're going to talk about the Falcons, Jaguars, which I'm going to rank as the number 3 steamer of the week.
Number 3 steamer? Okay.
The fucking Falcons and Jaguars, I hated this game for a couple of reasons.
One.
No, we're doing that reason next. One is because my Falcons lost, and that sucks. The Jaguars actually looked impressive, though, for the first time all season, really having an impressive showing on offense and defense.
Yes.
The same problem for the Falcons as when they played the Lions week before. They're just giving up too much pressure and sacks on Desmond Ridder, and Desmond Ridder is collapsing under the pressure.
Yeah, he is.
He's a guy who can make it work if he has a clean pocket, but most quarterbacks can do that. If you have a clean pocket, it's not that hard if you're an NFL-level quarterback. But whenever he's under pressure, he throws picks. He threw 2 picks that game, low completion rating, scrambled a lot and got sacked. I mean, I'm not going to say bench Desmond Ridder yet, but you do have Taylor Heinicke back there who has proven that he can do what it takes when it needs to be.
I'd honestly rather have Heinicke.
I think that if Ridder loses next week, because they do have a pretty decent matchup against the Texans, then they need to go put Heinicke in because they do have a chance to win the division and go on a playoff run. Especially when you have a run-first offense. Guys like Heinicke, who are proven mobile quarterbacks, obviously he's not a even top half quarterback in the league, but when you just need a guy to be a game manager, Taylor Heinicke's a guy who can do that. And he's a guy who puts it all on the line, as evidenced by their Commanders-Bucks playoff game from 3 years back when he dove into triple coverage head first to score a touchdown. That was one of the most
mind-blowing games.
Most badass plays I've ever seen. So if he loses again and he has a poor performance, I say bench him for Taylor Heinicke.
I mean, you're going to have to. I mean, I saw a ton of memes about Kyle Pitts and Drake London's usage of that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, oh, it's a great thing that we have Kyle Pitts running around getting his cardio in.
Yeah. Johnny Smith is getting all the targets as tight end.
Which makes no sense to me.
It kind of doesn't, but also the defense is going to cover Kyle Pitts a lot harder than Johnny Smith, obviously because it's Kyle Pitts versus Johnny Smith, and so that leaves Johnny Smith more open. And Desmond Ridder, I think, doesn't feel comfortable making risky plays, which is good because he probably cannot make those risky throws. But still, you got guys like that. You got to utilize them a little bit more. I mean, Kyle Pitts is the best tight end prospect of all time coming out of the college football world, and he had a really impressive rookie season, over 1,000 receiving yards.
Right.
So
and they're not using him.
And Drake London did good last year, too, as a rookie, even with shaky quarterback play between Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder. He played good, too. So you got 2 studs back there that you're just not using. And, with the run-first defense with Algier and Bijan, I get it, but still not even giving them anything. I mean, these guys are just begging for slivers, and they're not even getting it.
Yeah.
Now, go on, move. You already know what this next point is about why I hated this game, man.
Oh, yeah, okay.
These Toy Story...
Why are you doing that?
That was embarrassing,
that was
dude.
So bad. The AI was terrible.
Dude,
they were glitching out.
I almost cried laughing so hard at that shit for the first 5 minutes, and then when I realized it was going to be that bad, the whole thing, I just got pissed. I remember we were sitting here watching when I was editing last week's videos. They had the claw spot the ball, which I thought was the idea was decent if you could have pulled it off. Yeah. The claw drops the ball in the middle,
and the ball just shoots and slides away from the plate.
It just slides all the way across the field. And the camera followed it. Like you got the teacher here facing off, and then you got the ball sliding, and the camera just follows it from the top. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is this?
And then they had to. What I thought was funny is that they had to cut to scenes of the Toy Story characters doing something on the side, or if the commentators wanted to explain that they had technical difficulty. There was technical difficulties for 10 minutes.
It was brutal, dude.
It was bad.
It was bad. It was horrible. You couldn't even
you couldn't even tell who the players were.
Drake London caught a touchdown. I had to text the group chat and say, did Drake London just catch a touchdown, or was that an incompletion? Because what happens is they throw the ball, and then the AI just puts it, and it goes through the player onto the ground, and then the players just stand still. And so you don't really know if they've caught the ball or not. And so I had to get clarification, and it was horrible. I hope they never do it again. Yeah, there was CGI and AI better in 2006 than what I just saw last weekend. And their idea was to get more kids interested in football, and that's not going to do it. That's not going to do it.
Nope.
They're
trying. Look, they got a little bit out of Taylor Swift. They wanted to get as much as they could out of Disney. Ugh.
And the fact that I don't have ESPN Plus, so I watched it on Disney Plus because one, I wanted to. As a NFL enjoyer, I had to give it a chance because that's unique. That's a very unique.
It's not
thing.
something you normally see. We had high expectations.
And
we're in a day and age where CGI and AI and everything, you'd think it'd be good at this point.
It was horrible. And the worst part about it to me was that after the fact and during the game, all of the official NFL pages posted the 3 plays that didn't look like dog crap all over Instagram and TikTok and Twitter talking about how much of a success it was. It was one catch by Bijan and then a good run, a scramble by Trevor Lawrence.
Oh yeah, where he started to set the field on
Yeah,
fire.
those are fine. But the other 98% of the game on the Toy Story thing was garbage, and they were just ignoring that. So that thing was I hated it. I hated it. Never do it again. It was embarrassing. Do something else. Find another gimmick because that one doesn't work. But we'll move on. That was.
But I